The Daily Telegraph remarked that in the history of crime, there had seldom been a tragedy which presented stranger features. The German name of the victim, the absence of all other motives, and the sinister inscription on the wall all pointed to its perpetration by political refugees and revolutionists. The socialists had many branches in America, and the deceased had, no doubt, infringed on their unwritten laws and been tracked down by them. After alluding airily to the Vermergicht, Aqua Tofana, Carbonari, the Marchioness de Brinvilliers, the Darwinian theory, the principles of Malthus, and the Ratcliffe highway murders, the article concluded by admonishing the government and advocating a closer watch over foreigners in England. And this concludes another chapter of A Case for the Spuriosity of Der Golem's Lesser Sequel by Leonard Maltin. Perhaps we'll continue that next week. Welcome to another stream of horror at Purblind Gamer. I hope that everybody is doing well and has been having a pleasant week. I realize it's just a couple days since I last saw you guys. Yeah, I've been streaming a good bit. I guess I was trying to do more bonus streams, but I can't keep it up. Yeah, this week has been an odd one. I feel like at work things alternate so much between complete stress and not much to stress about, which brings its own kind of stress, that I just have learned to worry about things when there aren't things to worry about. Does that make any sense? Not bloody likely. Oh well, we get to unwind and play creepy horror games tonight. Thank you to everybody who came out to my last couple of streams. We read more of Benighted on Monday. We started and got a good way into Alone in the Dark 3 on Sunday. And on Saturday, we played, a couple of Halloween-themed games for Short Horror Saturday. Kind of like those Grin Pumpkin games. I wonder if we're going to get a third one. And tonight we'll continue Frames of Fear. No, Nightmare Frames. Good God. Frames of Fear is some modern movie that I have on VHS. And I keep getting the titles mixed up. In fact, I think I even said on MySpace tonight that it was called Frames of Fear. So if you saw that post and came here looking for a game that doesn't exist, sorry to confuse you. But I don't play games that don't exist. I might play games that don't officially exist, if I can get a hold of them. Anyway, that would take too long to go into. I haven't made any real progress yet on the song that I know I'm supposed to write, and I do intend to get to that. I have to try to carve out some time this weekend, but other things to worry about too. But yeah, like I said before, that probably won't be happening till November. Anyway, Nightmare Frames. This point-and-click adventure, we play as Alan Goldberg, who is a successful screenwriter writing slashers in the 80s, mid-80s, but really wants to write a Oscar-worthy drama. And chances of that receive a serious setback when the executive, who was potentially interested in doing something with one of his dramatic scripts, decides to blow his brains out, which kind of will halt the development process for those of you who aren't in Hollywood and aren't familiar with that. So Alan decides to try and figure out why, and his search takes him to Flying Saucer Pictures, a Z grade kind of horror and science fiction movie production house where the owner, Bishop, needs Alan's help to find an actress and a director last minute. So Alan is able to get the help from a 1920s child star who's had some experience directing and is now quite washed up, and a waitress at the diner he goes to, who he has dated a few times and is now pissed at him, and who wants to be an actress. So yeah, had to talk to a straight-laced cop, steal from some cologne from Ruskin, our boss, punched out a pedophile, always a good time, and got to meet with Miss Westmore, an extremely powerful force in the industry, sort of shadowy figure that can make or break people at will, and she's set us to find the lost film of damn. It's one horror director from the 60s who's very mysterious, and his film was apparently so shocking, and people don't really know if it existed, but Ms. Westmore believes it does. So Alan is going about, and I believe where we left off, we had just found out that our next lead is a horror film hostess on TV who kind of really hates our guts after we, insulted her and her career in an interview. This is gonna be fun. Oh. Good, I got the title right on stream at least. Thanks to Wirebrain for recommending this game, which does not feel like it's in a very capturing sort of mood today. But it shows it is. Let me try changing the capture method. Peculiar. I'm seeing it, but it looks like you guys aren't. But then when I check the source, it shows a picture of it as though it's capturing. What if I did this? Ah, there you go. Sometimes you gotta just outsmart the machines. And I say that with all due respect to my computer, who is not going to crash for the remainder of stream. Or indeed afterwards. Ah, that's better. It's a new steak burger. Yes. Oh. Yeah, we don't need to be here anymore. Oh. Oh, that was... Wait. Tracks. I'm trying to remember exactly where we're going to go next. We had read this before. Horror films are our passion. When we're not working, we travel to horror conventions and festivals to soak ourselves in the genre. We love horror films, their history, we know everything about them. Yeah, I think he was the one who told us about the Eliza connection. Shoot, I should have rewatched last time's VOD. Get a better memory of where I was. Oh yeah, Gorbachev. Go back to... And Jack's not standing there anymore, he's got a job. Let's see. Ruskinin. Alan, want a drink? No, thanks. Do you have a moment? Sure. Does Crosby always have to be there? Oh. It's the actor. They're just talking about the cult. I know we went through all that last time. Revising your own scripts is already hard enough. You're not going to read other people's. Yeah. Remember what we have. Oh. Right. We still have the photos. I don't know what we're gonna do with those. We tried to give them to the cops, and then we punched out Barry Mitchell. That's just our wallet. Yeah, the Tom Hanks from Bachelor Party. Donkey. Question is the donkey the bachelor? Goldberg, welcome back. Make yourself at home. Mr. Bishop, Goldberg, what can I do for you? I have an idea for a horror movie. Oh yeah? Tell me, tell me. PA airs. When the matriarch of a family dies, her daughter, Annie, a miniature artist. I'm getting bored. Another one. Clarabelle. That's what I thought you said. Jack and Leah are a couple who are expecting their first child. Leah is an avid doll lover, so her husband gives her the one she always wanted to have. And the doll starts killing. Well, not exactly. Fred, what? My friend, the dwarf. He could dress up as a doll. It's not necessary. The doll does not move. A demon is behind it. I owe Fred a movie. If the doll moves, I'll buy the idea. The film would lose all its punch in that case. No Fred, no movie. Another one. And that's how Child's Play came to be. We don't have to do all of them, do we? Save some for later. One more. The Haunting of the House on the Hill. That one already exists. I suppose you are referring to the House on Haunted Hill. I know House on Haunted Hill. That's not the one. What was it called? The Haunting of Hill House. But the film I am proposing would be called The Haunting of the House on the Hill, not The Haunting of Hill House. But it could be confused with the one I'm talking about. The house on the haunted hill is yours, right? No, mine is The Haunting of the House on the Hill. Ah, got it. I was referring to the haunted hill and the haunted house. Or was it the hill house and the haunted hill? Listen, let's just leave it there. I'm starting to get a headache. Another one. Except the Haunting of Hill House was filmed as just The Haunting. Excellent movie. Not the 90s one. That one sucked. What kind of movie are you looking for exactly? Horror and science fiction. Not too expensive to shoot. What does a horror movie need to have for you to be interested in it? Gore and nudity. Called it! And the science fiction ones, aliens! And blood and tits! Oh god, this game. Okay. I mean, 80s horror movies. 70s and 80s horror movies. Some of my colleagues offer a tour of the stars. Don't accept, it's illegal. The death threats we've been getting from Eliza fans. Yeah. George A. Romero tries to milk the success of Night of the Living Dead for the third time. A theatrical director from Chicago makes his movie debut with an adaptation of an H.P. Lovecraft short story for Charles Band's Empire. Lastly, an interview with Jenna Dreyfus, the Scream Queen from Campfire Psycho, in which, among other things, she talks trash about you. Rude. Alright, I'm going to try and figure out if there's a way to change the font of the text at the bottom of the screen. But I didn't. Don't forget, when writing the third act, move the action from the Greer farm and reveal the origins of the character. Right. Good old Pam. You'll get to it some other time. Right, the TV's unplugged. That's why it's on the couch. Let's take us around the stars mansions. It was Vicky's replacement. I'm watching you, Alan. What did I do? Nothing yet. But try not to leave me without another employee, okay? Hi, Karen. Karen? It's the DJ's name. New look? Yes, do you like it? Very colorful. It's just like Cyndi Lauper wears it in the She-Bop music video. Cyndi who? Right, I forgot you live on Saturn. I got Vicky a role in a movie. I know. Vicky must be very grateful. It's the very least you could do after what you said to her. What did I say? You should know. It's a running thing. She's angry because of what we said on our date when we got drunk, and she won't tell us what. What are you reading? Star Hits, a music magazine. Are the articles any good? No idea. I'm just looking at the pictures. John Taylor is such a dreamboat. It's the same one. She's so unusual. Wait, what's his name? The reporter guy might know. Max? Oh, it was Max. Huh. What are you writing? A review of the new Twilight Zone. I already know what you're going to say to reply, but I know a couple of guys at CBS who owe me some favors. Aren't you interested in writing an episode for the series? You want me to work in TV? I don't want to end my days being a TV writer. Come on, Alan. TV is changing. Even William Friedkin directed an episode, and maybe in the future you'll have more freedom writing for TV than for the movies. I know practically everyone in the job, and you could shine there. I appreciate it, but I won't insist. But if you ever change your mind, here I am. Mac knows people, wordmonger. Maybe if you worked in TV, you wouldn't complain so much. Oh, shut up. I would complain more, Joe, and you know it. What do you know about Edward Keller? He directed Bloody Mind Games. What else? It is considered the scariest movie in history. Anything else? What is this, a quiz? They have arcade games for that. I want to find him. Well, I don't think it's going to be that easy. Just as he came, he left. I know that he had been in talks with Paramount to shoot Rosemary's Baby. That's right, but that's all I know, I'm afraid. It's okay. Hey, Great White Knoll. Welcome in. How are you doing today? I only caught half of what Karen said. How can she DJ and read and man the counter? Meh. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing okay, thanks. Yeah, not bad. I see. Sorry, listening to... What was that, a commercial? Yeah. Reasonably busy, but not bad. Or at least that's what I tell myself. Do you know where Eliza's Mansion of Horrors is being shot? Yes, sure. The show is so popular that NBS has acquired it for this new season. NBS. It is being recorded in their studios. I don't know which stage exactly, but my friend John is a guard. At the guard booth today. He knows. Tell him you're there on my behalf, and he'll let you in without a problem. Thanks a lot, Mac. I wish I could be there when Eliza smacks you in the face. Because she's going to, you know? I'm afraid so. Should move that. I want to play the arcade game. Any coins? The machine doesn't accept bills, much less credit cards. Haha. Arcade games that run on cards. That would be a wacky idea. Good thing that'll never happen. That would be a real dystopia. Oh, Karen in charge of the till. I mean, she's not interested in it. It's a wallet full of bills. She's running the cash register. She's not interested in it. Fine. Take a free burger. I'm on it, you son of a bitch. Oh, still shouting at other people. Tonight, the film is unlike any other you've ever seen. You will see decapitations, exploding bodies, and gallons of blood. And a sex scene. Which is probably what your parents wouldn't want you to see. At least those were the words of one of the network executives who almost didn't allow us to broadcast the film. And that's one of the problems with America. Morality. We can show you how to open a body with a chainsaw. Or 1,001 ways to torture a person. Acts against nature. But if you see a boob, all alarms go off. But I have no doubt that this executive, who didn't want you to watch tonight's movie, is paying a dominatrix $120 an hour to get whipped right now. Cut! What? Yeah, exactly. It's like Elvira Light. What do you mean, cut? Since when do managers double dip as directors? She can't say that. What can't I say? You're saying Howard Leeton is into BDSM. Hey, Asmodon, how are you? And isn't that true? Of course it's true. That's precisely why you can't say it. Who cares? I'm sick of that jerk. He was right, Eliza. NBS could cancel our show if you start digging up dirt on the management. I can say it with other words. No, for heaven's sake. Bite your tongue. Let's repeat everything from the top. And you, quiet. Is everyone ready? Unbelievable. Let's ruin a take, shall we? You've got a lot of nerve showing your face around here. Who are you? Hugh Steinman, Eliza's manager. The same one who sued you for the slander of my client. Oh, yeah? You've not received it yet? Maybe. I don't check the mail that much ever since the crazy fans started sending me death threats. What do you want, Goldberg? I want to talk to Eliza. I very much doubt that she wants to talk to you. I want to ask her about her father. Eliza doesn't talk about her private life, especially not with you. Come on, Hudson. Give me a chance. Hugh. You know what? This could be interesting. Will you apologize to her? I have no problem with that. Fine, I hope this matter will be settled today. Right now, she's shooting her show. You'll have to talk to her when she's done. But it will be after this guy. Who? That one sitting there. He's the president of our fan club in Encino. He's going to interview her and take a couple of pictures with her. And I hope he does it quickly. He won't stop reminding me that he suffers from chromatic anxiety. I don't know what that is, but I don't want any more delays today. Are you serious? That kid can wait. No, Goldberg, you can wait. Don't expect me to make things so easy for you after everything that happened. Take it or leave it. Fine, I'll wait. Great. I'm doing well, thanks, Asmodon. How about you? Fuck. Done? Okay. There's no easy way to pause the dialogue. But you guys, please go check out Asmodon. Yeah, we're making some new friends here. Great White Knoll. Ooh, 7 Days to Die. Nice. How are you enjoying that? Is that a Eliza cutout? Moving Eliza's figure reveals a box of electrical switches. Sure would be a shame if all the power were lost in the middle of her show. Give me a gift? Oh, you don't have to give me anything. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, the Los Angeles and Blackwell style of making friends, which is not always that successful. So there's a lot of the living people she helped didn't necessarily want to talk to her afterwards. On-off switch is broken. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate it. I hope things are going well for you. Talk to the fan club president. Hi, are you a fan of Eliza too? Oh yes, absolutely. I have all her albums. But she doesn't. Oh, ha ha ha, I get it. I guess. I need to speak with Eliza. Oh, about what? That's my own business. The problem is that I have to wait for you to finish whatever your business is with her. I have to interview her for the Eliza's Encino fan club newsletter. Yeah, well, whatever. Can you tell that guy, Hudson or Hugh, that you'll let me go first? I'm sorry, but the shoot is running late, and I have to get home as soon as possible. They're waiting for me. Your kids? No, I don't have any children. The wife. My mother. How old are you, man? 30. I don't think we'll have any luck convincing him. Your mother can wait. I don't think she'll worry if you're 1 or 2 hours late. You're old enough not to have a curfew. What the hell, you're old enough to be living by yourself. No, my mother might get nervous if I'm late. That upsets her. I have to be with her. What do you have there? Where? In your hand. Oh, it's a signed photo of Bela Lugosi. It has been in my family for many years. My grandfather was an actor in Romania, you know. Lugosi himself gave it to him when they met at the Actors Union there. It was founded by Lugosi. Did you know that? Why did you bring the photo with you? Is it some kind of lucky charm? I'm going to give it to Eliza. You're going to give a family keepsake to a stranger. Eliza is no stranger to me. She's been a part of my life for years. Since you want to get rid of that photo, You could make a pretty penny instead of giving it away. Eliza probably won't give a damn about it. She'll toss it into a drawer and forget about it. I do what I want with my stuff, okay? Okay. No need to snap at me like that. I think we've already established that Alan Goldberg is a little bit of a jerk. Nervous about meeting Eliza? Yes, of course. Who wouldn't? But it's also because of my chromatic anxiety. It flares up when I get nervous. Do you know if there's a hospital nearby? No, forget it. I'm going to be fine. I must calm down. Yeah, that's the same thing. Chromatic anxiety, though. Come on, let me go first. No, I can't. There's an ashtray. Yeah, if we just gotta figure out the color that triggers his chromatic anxiety. Oh, you said blue. We do have a blue mug. There's an arcade 2 blocks from here. Have some coins and go spend them there. Do you like video games, kid? Yes. Do they have Gauntlet? What? You can choose between a wizard, a warrior, a valkyrie, and an elf. Yeah, I guess they have it. But if I go, Eliza will wonder where I am. I'll stick around and tell her that you'll be back soon. How's that sound? She's a busy person. I don't think she'll wait for me. I'm sure she will. I'd rather not risk it. Anyway, thank you for the offer. Oh, I could use that to play the arcade game. Since mean old Karen isn't interested in dollar bills, only DJing and pictures. Pictures. Oh wait, I ran for the pictures. Where do you think you are going? To take a look at that chute. Didn't you see that sign? It says they're on the air and the program is not live. Fancy yourself a smarty pants? No, I'm just... Do not interrupt the shoot. Why do I think we can't talk our way past the security guard? I'm not here to talk. If you want something, ask Q. Maybe that's why. There's no doubt that she's an icon of pop culture. Posters, mugs, sticker albums, movies, video games, books, figurines. You can find her image on the most unsuspected items. Wait, is this... I can't remember what year this is set in. Is it not the... I don't think it's the late 80s, but... I thought the Elvira video games came out in late 80s. I can't really remember, before my time. Controls the power on the film set. Get the hell out of here. What is that? Something moving in front of... Maybe it's just dust motes or some such. Oh? Now I'm intrigued, Hasmodon.
Streamer streaming game on stream. Streamer, I'm afraid. Streamer, you must pause my stream. Streamer got a raid.
Oh.
Here's a raider leading raiders. Welcome raider, welcome raiders. Are the raiders alligators? Raider,
How's
raider,
it,
grapple.
Mike? Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in. How are you doing? You guys, please go check out, Please go check out House of Mike. What were you streaming tonight? Welcome in, everybody. My name is Purblind Gamer. I'm a legally blind retro and variety streamer who plays some adventure, some shooter, and quite a bit of horror games. And since it is Spooktober, we're playing even more horror games than usual. Were you the mastermind behind this, Asmodon? Thank you. Hey, welcome in, Babocht.
Yes, I'm being followed by a Twitch.
Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Babocht. Welcome to the community. And is it Dr. Moose and Midorita Uba? Oh,
yes,
how did your stream go?
Followed by a Twitch viewer.
Hey, thank you so much for the follow, Dr. Moose. Good to have you here. Oh, you're too kind. You were playing, World of Warcraft. How did that go? Did you get a lot of gold? Kill a lot of dragons? I don't know that much about WoW. Oh, thank you so much. You're too kind. Yeah, no, this is a very spooky game. It's been fun so far. See. There's... Oh, Dr. Moose is the resident doctor. Midori. Okay. Gotcha. Like the Japanese melon liquor. Right. I know the most random things. But Meg loves World of Warcraft. I know that's a really popular game. They talked you into doing more World of Warcraft after you finished Cuphead. But did you have a good time with the Cuphead? Oh yes, we're playing Nightmare Frames, which is an interesting point-and-click retro-styled adventure about a horror screenplay writer from the 1980s who is trying to track down the lost movie of a horror director, which is supposed to be the most disturbing and scary horror movie ever. And right now we're trying to get to talk to his daughter, who is clearly inspired by Elvira and who hates our guts. Drink something. Oh, we got a redeem for drink something. Fortunately, I have a bottle of something right here. Oh, thank you. I really do appreciate Asmodon. That's really kind of you, and I'm happy you brought all these wonderful people here. Okay, so Midori means green in Japanese. I wonder if that liquor is green. Anyway, drink something. I have coconut rum. Delicious. And good for you, since we've already established that coconuts are healthy, so I'm practically eating a vegetable. Yep, that's how the food groups work. I guess I once drank cucumber vodka on stream. Does that count as drinking a vegetable? It's like a glass of V8 juice. Yeah. This game has been pretty fun so far. Yeah. We have various definitions of the word vegetables around here. It's like that old saying, I like meat better than any other vegetable, except ice cream. I stole that from some book of folklore that I read as a child. This game does autosave, but I'm about to try something crazy. Maybe they won't notice. Isn't it hot in here all of a sudden? Oh, right. The on-off switch was broken. Hey, man. Nervous about meeting Eliza? Yes, of course. Who wouldn't? But it's also because of my chromatic anxiety. It flares up when I get nervous. Do you know if there is a hospital nearby? No, forget it. I'm going to be fine. I must calm down. But I didn't ask how's it might end up being a fruitful night in World of Warcraft tonight. And yeah, that game's so gigantic. I'm afraid if I started playing, I would never stop. They still won't let me go talk to her first. It is a Verflex, a spotlight widely used in television in the 70s. Although it's not being used right now, it looks like it's connected to the electrical power. I guess we've established this. I think there's anything else we can do with that. Too much further past here, the security guard will haul us back. Eliza usually works out a script. She knows what she wants to say and plays it by ear. It's one of the keys to her success. Oops. Do you want me to drag you out of here? Actually, I wouldn't like it. Well, that's what you're looking for. Yeah, Griff the PI bear. Is he around here? He just starts popping up in other random adventure games. He becomes the new Big Blue Cup. Maybe you could convince Hugh that you need to talk to Eliza urgently. But he's in the middle of the shoot. He wouldn't like to be interrupted. Lionel was a rising star for the Golden Bears until a knee injury ended his meteoric career. He reinvented himself as a celebrity bodyguard and still carries around the frustration of not being able to play for his old team. So don't tickle his funny bone if you don't want him to take it out on you. Yeah, speaking of bears, that's not a real sports team, is it? I feel like it's not. And the light's all on the hotspot. There's no way we can adjust it further. Yeah, no, it's like just inside a studio of some kind. Have you thought about taking fewer cabs? You'd get fit. If you want, I can lend you the workout by Jane Fonda. VHS. Her exercises are very easy. Lady, I'm not walking around the entirety of LA. It's a large city. I think what else we could do? I was going to see if I could actually play that arcade machine.
The latest single by Self-Delusion, which serves as a tease to their next album, Happiness Hurts. Now we're going back to Italy with the keyboards of Vincenzo Salvia, who along with the vocals of Eclisma will take us all the way to Paris.
Heads up.
Love to be there.
The smartass is going to show what he's got. Play off, Joe. Quiz 85 Deluxe. Ooh, a touch screen. Fancy.
Select the theme.
Third installment of The Night of the Living Dead. Day of the Dead?
Correct answer.
Drew Barrymore made her debut in... God, she was young in Firestarter. I think that was it.
Wrong answer.
Oops. Not a literary adaptation by John Carpenter. I know The Thing was, and I think Christine was. I think Stephen King wrote something for it.
Correct answer.
I still gotta see the John Carpenter version of The Thing. I know it's supposed to be really good. Mater Tenebrom was the main antagonist in Suspiria, Tenebrae, or Inferno. I don't think I've seen Tenebrae.
Wrong answer.
What book does Bub the Zombie try to read in Day of the Dead? I have no idea.
Wrong answer.
What tapes are inserted into Max Wren's stomach in Videodrome? I would assume it's... I don't know, I haven't seen that one either. There are too many movies I haven't seen. Does anybody in chat know the answer? I should be asking you guys instead of taking guesses. Videodrome. Which sounds like a very interesting movie. Me neither. I'll just guess that it's Betamax.
Correct answer.
Hey! The Children of the Corn worship. Oh god, I haven't seen that one in years. I think it's He Who Walks Behind the Harvest.
Wrong answer.
Regan McNeil uses the Ouija board to contact with Captain Spaulding, the African explorer. Did someone call me Schnorrer? Hooray, hooray, hooray. Wait, wrong picture. Don't know.
Correct answer.
Ooh, hey, lucky guess. Ooh, we just had a redemption for Eat Something Strange. But I'll finish this quiz and then I'll eat something strange. In what slasher is the magician David Copperfield? Oh, I think that's Terror Train. Oh, hey, there's Terror Train. Fortunately for me, I actually watched that VHS last year.
Correct answer.
What movie is Nancy watching in Nightmare on Elm Street? I'm not gonna remember. Let's go with Nosferatu.
Wrong answer.
Yeah, this quiz is longer than I thought. The Beyond. Damn it, I have a copy of The Beyond, but I haven't seen it yet. Or do I have a copy of From Beyond?
Wrong answer.
Too easy. What? Oh yeah. I had those for a while, but I just turned them off. Yeah, those are like the big ticket items. I just sometimes turn them off when I'm doing like audiobook streams or something. Yeah. Anybody in chat is welcome to shout out an answer if they know it, but since this quiz is longer than I realized, I'll eat something strange. Let me get something strange. Octopus or pretzels. So today's item is something one of my roommates went to Japan and brought back different snacks for us to try, so I thought I would try a few live on stream. And this one is a milk tea Kit Kat. Intriguing. Doesn't sound too terrifying though. Better than wasabi or wine flavored Kit Kats. You got your new channel points reward goal. Oh, nice. A box of candy bars you've saved up for? Interesting color. It's like not white, but something. Oh, saving up. Saving up. Oh, you had to buy that emote for 1,000,000 points. That's a cool idea. Having emotes that you can unlock with channel points? I never thought of that. I didn't know it was possible. Alright, let's see how this is. No, interesting. It doesn't. Yeah, it really does taste like tea, but like a specific type of tea. It's not as strong as I would have thought. Oh, got you. They created the redemption for you. A box of candy bars for 1,000,000. Wow. Yeah, milky tea Kit Kat. Yeah. Oh, it's actually quite good. Why the hell don't we have that here in America? Oh, like, come on. Just have boring old Kit Kat flavors like, I don't know, strawberry. Who cares? Yeah, it's quite good. Highly recommend them if you're ever happen to be in Japan. And stop by the Kit Kat store. Or the Kit Kat Club. Oh, you never get the weird stuff.
Oh, I get it. The emote was a gift from a friend. Thank you for the redemption. No. Let's see. You were saying it might be a lamp or an ashtray. The Crypt Keeper. Yeah, I saw a creep show, but that was in undergrad. Yeah, I don't remember that movie too well. I mean, I preferred the 1970s Tales from the Crypt movie. But I do remember the quote, "Where is my cake?" Yeah.
Correct answer.
Hey, it was an ashtray. Jamie Lee Curtis does not appear in Happy Happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Correct answer.
Legend has it that if you say his name, he will come and kill you. It's Candyman, right? So I haven't actually seen Candyman, I've just heard references to it. Is it Harry Warden? Maybe actually get some bonus from getting enough right answers. Which I'm sure we haven't got. I don't know. Too many horror movies I haven't seen. I'll take a stab, shall we say.
Wrong answer.
Which movie did not premiere in 1981? Oh, Happy Birthday to Me is the only one I've seen, but it's a pretty good slasher. I don't know.
Wrong answer.
Which Italian director hides behind the mask of the Metropole ticket clerk in Demons? Ah. Yeah. God, I remember seeing Demons. It wasn't my favorite. Yeah. Well, considering this is taking place in 1985 or 86. Go with Baba.
Wrong answer.
Probably was Dario Argento. Which magazine was Debbie reading in Friday the 13th Part 3? Did they have famous monsters of Filmland back then? I don't know. I'll go with Fangoria since I know that was there. Oh, right, it's gonna be Friday the 13th. And that's cool. I think I've only seen the first two and the seventh Friday the 13th movies. So hopefully the third one's good. Is that the quote-unquote final chapter? I can't remember. Yeah, we wait till tomorrow.
Correct answer.
Oh, it's Fangoria. Oh, that's the one that was in 3D. Right, the 3D craze. Oh, nice. You guys are getting red and blue 3D glasses. You know, like this. Yes. I happen to have those there by sheer luck. Oops. Rats, I hit the camera. Wow, that's so cool. Your sister even got a projector for the movie. Yeah. This camera's incorrigible. I feel like this was about where it was. Yeah, fine tune it after stream. James Cameron made his debut as director with I thought it. Oh, those aren't the names of the movie.
Wrong answer.
Are they? Yeah. Vampire Hunter in Fright Night was. Wait, Fright Night? Nah, yeah. Why did I think it was Roddy McDowell? Shows you how much I know. Yeah. Well, and one. Oh yeah, one's a real actor. He was in a kind of prominent science fiction movie back in like the late 70s. Not a lot of people have heard of it. It's called Star Wars. Also, he was in so many great horror movies. I love Peter Cushing.
Correct answer.
Which werewolf movie from 1981 won an Oscar for Best Makeup and Hairstyling? Oh. I think, shoot. Wars of the Stars. Wolfie's a good movie. But I think it's either American Werewolf in London or The Howling. I think it's. It was wild. I actually just saw that movie last week. It's one of my roommate's favorite movies.
Correct answer.
Ah. Ooh, you did not answer all the questions correctly. Game over. Hey, Alan. Come over here. Yeah, that transition still holds up. Yeah? Loser. Oh, shut up. Yeah, it was really good. But I saw the first Howling some time ago, and I remember it being really good in that as well. It might have been the same guy doing the makeup and effects. Don't quote me on that. Max, give us. Yeah. I mean, somebody who knows how to help us get past. Oh. Have you seen all those girls? Dressed up as Madonna? Fashion? No. Lack of personality. Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for the raid and for hanging out, House of Mike. I appreciate the lurk. Hope you have a good night and I get to catch one of your streams soon. Spooky lurkage. The thing to do is to try and exacerbate his chromatic anxiety, because as we've already established, I'm kind of a jerk. If we got gels. Change the colors. Not likely to. What's up, dude? Nothing new. Oh, mold as in a mold of something. I was like, there's mold growing in this studio? They should get that looked at. They can, I don't know, turn you into zombies. I've seen movies. I've seen lots of movies. See if there's anything here I can take. It doesn't look like it. Oh, right. Yeah, a mold monster. Exactly. Which would be something, you know, worthy of the horror films these guys are working for. Even though you know it's a special effect, you don't want to touch it. God, I hate this damn near impossible to read dark font. What the hell's idea was that? Oh, the fire extinguisher. And you looked all over that shelf. Actually, there's not a... The night prowler. I'm curious if Barry has regained consciousness. You have no business in Barry Mitchell's studio, and you better not come back there. The guy will want to get his revenge, and you may not get away with it this time. Fair. Waiting for a cab, friend? The guy just shakes his head and keeps staring into the void. Oh, right. The smoking guy. I forgot about him. You don't like the crowds on the buses, and you earn enough money to be able to afford to use the cabs quite often. Quite often. I forgot about that clinic. I don't think any of this will help us with our current situation. Ah. Yeah. Although they do give you the option to turn off the cab drivers talking to you. Which, although I like them, it's nice they give you the option. Chromatic anxiety? I've never heard of such a disease. A very low percentage of diabetics like me suffer from it. I don't know the causes, but our vision becomes blurred, and we begin to see blue and red halos. I guess that's what junkies must see when they're tripping. And what do you do when it happens to you? People often get nervous and rush to the doctor, but Dr. Ramirez has taught me some very effective breathing exercises. About the halos. Perhaps that'll tell us what colors we need to change that light to. May I see Dr. Ramirez? Sorry, but he's with a patient right now. Is it an emergency? Well, not really. If you want, take a seat and wait for the doctor to come out. I'm kinda in a hurry. As you please. What exactly does Dr. Ramirez do here? Does he heal people by laying his hands on them? Does he roll stones over their bodies? Don't be a smartass. Dr. Ramirez is a licensed physician of conventional medicine, if that is your concern. But he prioritizes natural treatments. Sorry, but I don't believe in natural medicine. There's a conventional medical center down the road. Go there if you'd rather get stuffed with painkillers for a simple cold. Fair. I mean, what kind of painkillers are we talking about, though? I mean, maybe I do want to go to this other pain or health center. The only type of plant you know is the weeds that sprout at the foot of abandoned buildings, and the plastic ones. So... See if this opens up other dialogue with our friend here, the fan club president. Nah. Curious, what color is the light from the beam of light here? Is it... Of course, it may not matter. I can't think that... Oh yeah, cults popping in LA, up in LA. Hey, the actor in our film tried to get us to join one. Yeah, I think our character really is a jerk. Kind of a snobbish jerk. Even if he is only a screenwriter, so everybody looks down on him by default. My favorite screenwriter. How can I help? We haven't asked them about Keller. Do you know anything about Edward Keller? That name doesn't sound familiar to me. Is he an actor? No, a director. No idea, sorry. Yeah. That $1 million smile. That's why he gets the lead in the movies. What do you do in that cult exactly? Again with that? We're not a cult. We're a legally constituted church. Okay, call it whatever you want, but what do you do there? We're not allowed to talk about it. Come by one day and see for yourself. See? Sounds like a cult. How's that way of advertising yourselves? Just imagine I drop by one day and end up with melted wax on my chest and 4 octogenarians ready to abuse me. Hilarious. For your information, that would never happen. The teachings of the Church of Mother Earth are based on kindness and common good. We were not saying anything. about Keller. Oh, forgot she takes messages. Any other messages for me? No one else called asking for you. Does the name Edward Keller sound familiar? Edward Keller. Keller. If you give me a minute, I can check the archives. I doubt he'll be there. He was a horror film director in the 60s. Unfortunately, in that case, I can't help you, Alan. It's okay. Nothing else we can talk to Ruskin about. I think the cop's still guarding the mansion, actually. Oh, yep, he's still there. Yeah, nothing new. I'm just going to different places where we've been before. I mean, it worked out when we got to ask the old lady about chronic anxiety. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing else to discuss with the dealer. Hey, that scantily clad woman wasn't there before. You look like you make a good living. Wanna have a good time? Oh. No, I'm sorry. Well, it looks like it's going to be one of those nights. And I don't even think it's night. In the umbrella stand. Oh right, posters. Dead Dimension. Awesome posters. It's not wise to accumulate so much flammable material in a place as hot as this. It could cause a fire. Although seeing what happened to his old office, Bishop Shirley is already aware that this and is ready to take advantage of it. What are those? The arrival of video has not been a blessing for Flying Saucer Pictures. Not only does Glenn Bishop get to save up on celluloid, but also on the developing process. Oh, has been a blessing, sorry. But if they're... I would assume those aren't flammable. I would assume they're all safety film at this point, or whatever it's called. Yeah, nothing else. I think if there's something that mentioned a color. No, they still shoot some movies on film. I know because I went to see Oppenheimer on film a couple weeks ago. But yeah, I think a lot of movies are just digital. Even if actual film still looks better. Yeah. Definitely saves on money. I think TV's all digital now, except maybe for rare cases. I know our shows are digital. God, makes life so much easier. I can't even imagine how they used to do the things. Yeah. Wait, shoot, I didn't ask him about if he was nervous again and see if there were any different dialogue branches, did I? Yeah. I feel like freaking him out is the way to go. Ashtrays overflowing with cigarette butts. Speaking of ashtrays. Alright, that's the videotapes. And those are just trophies. One of which you used as a doorstop. You can't remember the last time you turned it on. It was to try out the latest sensation in computer narrative, a mind forever voyaging. Isn't that? I feel like that's an early Infocom text adventure or something. The texts were good, but you got the feeling that the author was wasting his talent writing for computer games. God, I wonder if that was one of the games by that same guy. Yes, as we've established, I've only played one text adventure on stream. It was an experience. Maybe you've thrown away the occasional brilliant page without realizing it, but that's probably not the case. Yeah. Right. Yeah, the script is due, but we're busy with other things. I don't know. I'm wondering if I should look up a hint at this point, because where else can I go? Yeah, what the heck. Maybe I can find a walkthrough to look up a hint at. The good thing about the older games is they're more likely to have text-based walkthroughs. As with others, it's hit or miss. Oh, good. Oh. Oh, I'm missing an item. Okay, okay. I have to go to my apartment. There's a box I didn't interact with, and I get 3D glasses from that. Really glad I looked up a hint. Which is ironic, because we were just talking about 3D glasses. Yeah. Oh yes, you've given me a ride many, many times before. Oh no, I knew it. Sooner or later it had to happen to me. Is there a doctor in the house? I need a doctor. Where is that guy? He had to go. Why? I have no idea. Better that way. We're running late. Eliza will be with you in a second. Thanks, Hudson. You! What can I say? You look like the guy from Adventure Island. Behave yourself, Goldberg. You're Alan Goldberg, right? Yeah. Alan Goldberg, the screenwriter. That's me. I know you are, but I wanted to be sure before I did it. Do what? Kiss. Shit! That hurt. I expected that. You know what hurts. For a person you admire to insult you every time he gives an interview. Yes, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Fuck, that hurts. I don't like interviews, Eliza. I usually drink too much beforehand. That explains a lot. One day, someone asked me what I thought of you as a horror icon. I remembered quite well. A stripper that used horror to make teenagers horny. Something like that. Not something like that. Those were literally your words. Magazines love feuds, and they ask me that question again and again. And when I'm drunk or hungover, I play along. By calling me a slut. That is more than just playing along. In fact, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time with a sexist pig like yourself. Hairball. Thank you so much. Eliza, I'm sorry I said those words. Oh good, it does stop when I click off the game window. The solution to drinking too much for an interview is to drink too much all the time. And then your interview is a reflection of you. I think thinking outside the box. You guys, please go check out Hairball, a feline VTuber who plays plenty of older games, DOS games and such. And thank you so much for the, my god, 28 months. I really appreciate the support, Hairball. No, sort of, Great White Knoll. We started out investigating a suicide, but now we're trying to track down the lost horror movie of this legendary director that is the most creepy and disturbing horror movie ever made. Too disturbing, perhaps. I'm sorry I said those words. I tend to be a jerk most of the time. It's from 2022, Hairball. You are. I know I've earned that slap and every other slap you want to give me. I just hope your fans don't follow your lead. What do you mean? I get threats from them every day. Really? I had no idea. Don't worry about it. I don't pay much attention to them. Although, I just met one of your fans. He had the same look as Mark David Chapman. I can't tell you how sorry I am, Alan. In a way, I feel responsible for it. I have dedicated you a few choice words in some of my programs. In one of them, I said that I would like to see you guillotined. Those idiots must have taken it seriously. Don't feel guilty. It's what I get for being a loudmouth. I'm in the middle of a shoot. I can address them now and get this over with. Don't worry. Shall we call it even? Sounds good to me. Come, let's sit down. All right, Alan. I know you didn't come just to apologize. What can I help you with? I would like to talk about your father. My father, Edward Keller. How did you... I guess it doesn't matter. I spent my whole life trying to hide the fact that I'm the bastard's daughter. And to be honest, you're the last person I feel like talking to about this. But whatever, go ahead. Just promise me you'll keep it a secret. Of course. Okay, Alan Goldberg. Shoot. You got a question? Ask it. Yeah, it does. Even though it's, pixel art retro style, it does look really good. Character portraits are especially detailed. It's really well made. My phone ring. That can't be work, right? Surely not at this hour. Nah. Rubbish. Nice. See, what were you streaming, Hairball? Oh, Black Sect. That's right. I think I caught the little bit of your stream. Would you know where I can find him? Hopefully rotting in hell. You've had no contact with him? None at all. And as you can see, my life has improved a lot since I don't hear from him. What was he like? There isn't much information about your father. A genius, according to most, but a horrible person in my eyes. He didn't like people, not even his family. The only thing he cared about was his work. His ambition led him to neglect everything in his life that didn't have to do with cinema. I owed nothing to that man except for my love of horror films. It's the only damn thing he ever impressed on me. I'm looking for is, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't give a shit about your father. I've been offered something huge if I manage to get my hands on the last film he shot, and I'm hoping I'll be able to find it. Ah yes, that movie. The holy grail of cursed movies. I'm afraid it's nothing more than a legend, and it would not surprise me at all if he had made it up. He enjoyed being the center of attention. He was a very vain person. According to what I have been told, he released bloody mind games and then vanished. Even when the film became a success, he still didn't resurface. He could have taken the opportunity to, as you say, be the center of attention. He was a very complex person, Alan. Don't try to make sense of everything he did or didn't do. Gee, I thought I'd find a clue as to his whereabouts here. I'm sorry I couldn't be of any help, but I'm glad to have talked to you, even if it was about this. It seems like you're on the right track toward not being a dick. I try not to be, but I'm not very good at it. Want some advice, Alan Goldberg? Give up your search. Nobody who has stepped into my father's orbit has walked away unscathed. He was a manipulative psychopath. He loved to see people suffer. I think he loved that even more than he did horror movies. He drove my mother crazy. Did you know that? I am sorry. He never laid a hand on her, but had absolute control over her. My mother was a strong, independent person. No one could explain how she could consent to that kind of relationship with my father. She ended up killing herself. I was 12 when it happened, and he took care of me. I don't know if it was because he didn't want to deal with Child Protective Services, which would have distracted him from filming bloody mind games. I ended up in a... Just a moment. I think I have a clue for you. I'm all ears. At that time, around 1966, my father joined a cult. They called themselves the House of the Black Light. It was just one of the many satanic cults that sprung up in LA when the hippie movement began to fizzle out. They said they worshipped the devil and who knows what else. But all they did was get high on LSD and fuck like rabbits. My father and a couple of other guys were the only ones who took it seriously. I saw him do horrible things to the girls. They probably ended up like my mother. I walked out of there after 2 months. I had nowhere to go, and I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. But anything was better than staying there. The thing is that 2 months ago, there happened to be a report on NBS about New Age cults in LA. There's one called Sigma Omicron. And you know what? They were at the same farm that the House of the Black Light used as their HQ, and they interviewed their leader, some guy named Dan. That guy was already around in the 60s. He might know something about your father. I don't know how much time he spent there, but the leader of Sigma Omicron probably knows more than I do. Where is this farm? Do you know the Lost Canyon Golf Cult? The Lost Canyon Golf Club in Simi? Rings a bell. It's the first farm you come to across heading north. Thank you very much for your help, Eliza. You're welcome. But remember, I have warned you about my father. He's a tornado that swallows up everyone around it. Be careful. And one more thing. I don't make this program to show off my body. I love horror films, and out there is a whole generation of kids who will be the ones to dignify this genre in the future. My wish is to spark a passion in them for this type of cinema, and hope they end up being the next Sam Raimi or John Carpenter, or the next Alan Goldberg, because even if it pains you to admit it, you are one of us. I have to go back to the shoot. Take care, Alan. Thank you, Eliza, and I'm so sorry about
It's all in the past. That went surprisingly well. I assume we still can't go over in the chute. Look, pal, I don't think you're the type to go around looking for trouble. No, I'm not. But you're doing your best to look like one. The bodyguard's actually pretty reasonable. Sigma Omicron. Sounds like a frat or a SOAR to me. Wait here, please. Dude, leave the meter running? I don't think so. 5651414. Hope y'all got a clearance report for this. This is LA, baby. I know how films work. It's the farm from Ghostbusters Afterlife. Hey, hen. The animal is perched on the fence as if it were the guardian of this place. For some strange reason, you feel compelled to pet the hen. You get a well-deserved peck on your fingers. I'd be a jerk about it. Overgrown set of drumsticks. A couple of drums crumbling with rust. Perhaps if you punch one of them, you'll get a turkey, which will be incredibly rejuvenating. You take a look inside the drums and regret it immediately. The turkey is spoiled. No, you don't know exactly what's in them, but it's probably not healthy to keep smelling the stench they give off. Oh boy. Plot twist. The cult actually sells errors and omissions insurance. The symbols give way that it is a fraternity or indeed a cult. Hey, they had sororities in the 80s. Don't be sexist, Alan. Windmill. Yeah, it all makes sense now. Sort of. The blades of the rusty old mill squeak every time the wheel turns. The structure is swaying so much that you're afraid to walk past in case it collapses. I'm thinking about windmill barbecue. Also state in Maine, since we're talking about making movies. The only function the mill serves now is to test how long it will stay standing. A truck, in case you need to make a quick getaway. Wow, he went up that path very fast. Hello? Is anyone there? You don't really know what they do here, but it's certainly not cleaning. Dust fills the entire room, stirred by the breeze coming in through the open window in the background. It's 50 minutes late, but you didn't come here to set clocks. Oops. Oh, wow. What the fuck happened here? Are they dead? Woman in her mid-20s appears to have slumped over. A faint trickle of saliva runs down his mouth. There's no doubt that this guy is Dan, the leader of the cult. The boy does not appear to be more than 15 years old. You wonder what brings someone so young to a place like this. You peek under the hood. The guy looks to be in his late 20s.
All the cultists have gladly accepted to drink the poison their cult leader has given them. Oh, I guess they really are dead. You check his pulse. It is way too fast. His heart beats as if it was going to burst out of his chest, and his breathing is coming more labored each moment. Wake up! Can you hear me? You get no response. Maybe they are just on some kind of drug. Poster art shows a guy delighted to be abducted by a flying saucer with 50s aesthetics. You watch as his eyes move under his eyelids. He must be dreaming. I wonder if this is a real cult, or based on a real cult. He's in a deep sleep. From time to time he mumbles something unintelligible. Oh, you think it is Heaven's Gate? They're inspired by not a drop left in the glasses. They're all alive so far. Her breath is weak, but she is still alive. You hear a deep breath and a couple of snores. Fox. The taxidermist fantasy hanging on the wall shows animals native to the area, such as the red fox or the cougar. They seem to have been there even before this house was occupied by a group of devil-worshipping hippies. You half suspect one of them to start vomiting slime up on you. Oops, wrong game. Yeah, they could just be drugged 9 ways to oblivion. On top of the worm-riddled furniture, there are several books on ufology. There's a small drawer and a door. Door is locked. And we get a pair of scissors. The handwritten book is a fantasy about a dark lord, flying saucers, and planets beyond our galaxy, all sprinkled with a hefty dose of homophobic and racist paragraphs for good measure. There is a yellowed piece of paper between its pages. You pick up the paper that was between the pages of the book. It is a list of plants you do not know, accompanied by their corresponding measurements in grams. Something tells you that that's what they've taken to end up like this. So if I want to end up like this, mix myself up a batch. They've left no friendly drop for me. To be fair, they didn't know I was coming. A sheet that looks like it could have survived 3 wars. You don't think that taxidermy makes any sense, not even as a type of horror aesthetic. Yeah. Can't keep exploring. A clock older than the house. What about this room? Well, yeah, there's no one in that room, but I don't know. Still rob the place. What are they going to do? Stop us? Take a closer look. Yeah. The actual plants themselves aren't important. I think that's everything here. Did you try to look at that? Yeah. A ramshackle truck sits in the shade of a tree. From the looks of it, you doubt it will even start. You don't want to search the truck. Hen pecking for corn. You don't want to emulate Sylvester Stallone's training in Rocky 2. I haven't seen Rocky 2, but I assume he steals chickens. Maybe this one will be friendlier. Yeah, can't interact with it. Yeah, we'll come back later. Teach that hen that pecked our hand a lesson. I'm thinking by making it wear a little bowler hat with polka dots. Officer? Sir? Yeah. Officer Jackson is not interested in that. Are you sure? It looks like drugs, and I feel if you're not super interested in drugs right now, officer... Wait, it's the 80s. You should be very concerned about stamping out drugs. Don't forget, turning all our children into hooligans and whores. Oh wait, that was like the 30s. Some things never change. Just say no to drugs. Or say no to rugs. Go with carpets instead. Or bare floors. I mean, I only know one cultist around here. He's only interested in you joining the Church of Mother Earth. Yeah, well, I got a list of plants here. And where do you think they came from? Not Father Uranus, I can tell you that. I mean, I assume these plants came from Mother Earth. What do I know? I look like a botanist. I'm a screenwriter. No reason to think we can talk with him about anything else. Oops. You don't see any cups around, so you ready yourself to drink from the tap when you realize you don't want to be taken for an eccentric. You turn around to ask Pam to refill the cups, but you see she's busy, so you change your mind. Yeah. I feel like if I didn't want to be taken as an eccentric, I shouldn't drink before all my interviews. Maybe. Yeah, you know. Like that, Outer Limits episode. Yeah, Specimen Unknown, yeah. Do you think it was the first one I saw? I think so. Yeah. Lilies from Beyond the Stars. Oh, right. And, speaking of space plants, we were just talking about The Thing earlier in this stream. What does James Arness say when he's a super carrot? I'm a wild and an untamed thing. Okay. Disturbing how well I remember that musical. Anyway. So we've got... What do I do with those cultists? She's still gonna be talking. Doing the shoot. Alright, plans. Let's go talk to that doctor. None of the plants in the recipe are listed in the table of medicinal plants. I think you can help me with this recipe of sorts I have found. Let's see. Where did you get this? It's a long story. But I think someone threw a party with that stuff. Do you mean they ingested it? Yes, I think so. Oh God, wait here. So I can see the doctor. Yes, Rosa. Rosa tries to keep her voice down, but you manage to hear the whole conversation. That one over there. Okay, don't worry. I'll take care of it. How are you? I'm Dr. Ramirez. Alan Goldberg. My pleasure. Well, what you have here are the ingredients for what is known as the Big Sleep. Ah. So that's how you make a film noir. Like Bogart's film. Damn right. It's a powerful hallucinogen that was quite popular during the last decade. It was made from uncommon plants found along the US-Mexico border. People stopped using it because one of the side effects was that it slowed the heart rate and caused a state of somnolence that could last for 2 to 3 days. Hence the name, I suppose. Exactly. Tell me, how old is the person who ingested it? There are 5 of them. Uh-huh. Most of them are kids. I'm guessing that they're in their 20s. All except one, a man. He must be, I don't know, 60-something? You must take that person to the hospital immediately. It was proven that in the elderly, the big sleep slowed down the heart rate even more, after which it would then suddenly shoot up at irregular intervals. That can lead to a heart attack. The person you are talking about is in real danger. Can you take him to a hospital? I think that... Forget it, it would be too risky. While the drug is working, his heart will be too sensitive to resist a dose of adrenaline, which is what he will be given at a hospital. Unless... Yes, we have time. At least I hope so. However, we can't just sit back and do nothing. You see, there's a partly natural solution that could serve our purpose. I can make it in a matter of minutes, but I'm missing certain elements here. I could get them. You must get them. A person's life depends on them. First ingredient I need would be a leaf from a tree of the bamboo family. Bambusoideae. It is a small tree. It doesn't grow more than 3 feet. Lately it has become fashionable as a decorative element. Most people are not aware at this time of the year it gives off toxic spores. It is not an indoor tree. 1 leaf. Good. What else? We must restore his heart to its normal rhythm. The adrenaline, as I said, would be too strong. So I can't think of anything else but some instant stimulant. Cocaine. Where will I find cocaine? Are you serious? It's Hollywood. We're in Hollywood. Is it clear to you what you need to bring me so I can help your friend? A bamboo leaf. Yes, and cocaine. How much are we talking about? Not much. Less than half a gram will be enough. Let me notify Rosa. Yeah. Are you serious about this? I don't like the idea either, but we are here to save lives. Using natural remedies. Alright. As soon as you get those 2 ingredients, give them to Rosa and I will get to work. Thank you very much, Doc. If you have any other questions, please talk to her. And now, if I may, I have a patient to attend to. Hurry up, the clock is ticking. Right? Cocaine? In Los Angeles? Impossible. Let's go to a music festival. It's all over those places. Well, people say it is. They might be selling little baggies of baking soda for all I know. Let's chat with that friendly dealer. That person's new. Guy doesn't take his eyes off Leroy. This one in particular is not making any effort to conceal it, to hide it. Hey, friend. You again? What do you want, man? How do I put this delicately? Drugs. I need some cocaine. Who do you take me for, man? Do I look like a drug dealer? Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Get out of here, pal. I don't sell that shit. Hey, you with the beard. Yeah, you. Come over here. Leroy won't sell you shit, 'cause that guy's around. Who? The one leaning on the pole. He's an undercover cop. They think no one can tell, but we can usually spot them a mile away. Just look at the way he's dressed. He thinks he's Don Johnson. What is this guy up to? To earn brownie points, I guess. These are the kind of cops fresh out of the academy that want to move up the ranks at all costs. I know a few of them. I guess catching Leroy's suppliers would get him some recognition. Is that copper planning to stand there all day? All day long. The bastard has the patience of a saint. Leroy doesn't look intimidated, though. Look at them. They look like a staring duel right out of a spaghetti western. Right. Brownie points. Eat the brownie, eat the brownie. Oh, same thing. He's probably keeping an eye on the Lady of the Night. Don't you want to have a good time? No, thanks. I don't enjoy fun. Suit yourself. We think she's a Lady of the Night based on what she's asking and how she's dressed. Let's talk to the plainclothes bull. Get the hell out of here. I told you to get lost. What are you gonna do, run me in, pig breath? Hey, wait, no, I was trying to go to the pawn shop again. The Russians have a new president. Oh. He's still talking about fixing the Cold War. It's saved in a bit. I don't know. Nah, no option to change font color. It just occurred to me. If Copper Boy here wants to earn brownie points, maybe catching a statutory rapist who makes child pornography would make him look good in the eyes of his fellows? If somebody just happened to have evidence of that? Wait. Mitchell could press charges for assault. Worth it. I would like to show you. Look, get out of here, will you? I will, as soon as you see this. You know what you're showing to me, pervert? They're not mine. They're from a guy on Vine Street who's in the business of taking pictures of naked minors. I was hoping you could teach that degenerate a lesson. What makes you think I'm a cop? Well, either you're watching that dealer or you're in love with him. The author of these photos is a well-known photographer. You could score some points with your superiors by arresting him instead of standing around here all day staking out a petty drug dealer. Can you assure me that these photos are not yours? I think there's something else you're not telling me. What's your name? Christopher Ruskin. All right, Mr. Ruskin, where can I find this bastard? Vine Street. His name is Barry Mitchell. He has a photo studio with a black facade right next to the number 17 bus stop. You can't miss it. Give me those pictures. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Ruskin. Psst. Hey, dude, come here. I don't know how you did it, but you just got rid of a royal pain in my ass. You earned Leroy's respect. You get a 50% discount on all my shit. So make the most of it. What do you need? Cocaine. Cocaine, huh? Should have guessed. You Hollywood types always want the same thing. How much do you want? Just a bit. Less than half a gram. Less than half a gram. What are you gonna do with it? Put it in your coffee? Whatever, man. It's none of my damn business. Shit. Mr. Goldberg. Alan Goldberg? That depends. Who are you? You can call me Tom. My boss is aware of your search. He would like you to share everything you have discovered about Edward Keller. If it's all right with you, of course. Wait a minute. How did you know? Would you mind joining me so that we can discuss the matter? Oh, this is starting to give you a bad feeling. Who's your boss? Allow me to omit his name for the time being. He would compensate you financially when you share the information. I would accept if I were you. I don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about, Mr. Goldberg, and so do you. Look, pal, I don't know what this is all about, but leave me alone, will you? I would like to inform you that he is not used to having his invitations turned down. Do yourself a favor and reconsider the offer. What do you say? No. Is that your answer? The kindest one. All right, as you wish. Have a nice evening. I think that was not the wisest choice, maybe? I'm back. Here you go. Oh, he was looking all around. 15 with the discount. Fine, 10. Hey, thanks, Leroy. I hope you put in a good word for me with your Hollywood buddies. I'm here all day. Tell them to ask for Leroy. Why did we give the undercover bull Ruskin's name? I mean, if it goes well, they'll be appreciative towards him. Yeah. It's possible cement shoes may be in the future. I mean, wonder if we should let Mrs. West or Miss Westmore know. Alright, we gotta find a bamboo leaf too. Yeah. So, if the police come around here asking questions, I didn't do it. Hey, there's a plant. Oh, I was talking about the shockwaves derivative one. Oh, that's part of the poster. Maybe that bird isn't going to peck me the way the hen did. Jenna Dreyfus, the actress from Campfire Psycho, gifted Christopher a bamboo plant with the intention of improving the office's feng shui. You're no expert in this kind of pseudoscience. This kind of pseudoscience the Hollywood population so happily embraces, but you don't see any relationship between one and the other, except that both come from China. Just a sec. Isn't that the same plant that Dr. Ramirez was talking about? There's something about releasing toxic spores. You surprised Ruskin talking to the plant once or twice. He argued that he was stimulating its growth. It was a good moment to start a scientific debate, but you are not in the mood for wasting your time with someone who subscribes to quantum therapies and believes in reincarnation. You try to rip one of the plant leaves off, but they're firmly attached to the stem. You pick up the whole damn plant, thinking that idiot Ruskin won't notice. I mean, after all, he did just give evidence to the police. Heavy-duty scissors. What are you doing? Taking a souvenir. You are disturbing the feng shui of the office. For a leaf? Really? Do what you want, but if things go wrong, I'll know who to blame. Gotta go save a cult leader's life. Seriously, this is a hallucinogen that can put you out for 2 to 3 days. I'm not saying I would try it, but I wouldn't mind more information, like, is it dangerous? Is it legal? Does it exist? That last one's kind of important. Actually, all three are kind of important. Sigma Omicron. Sigom for short. Scared the chicken. Well, yeah, the chance of heart failure in the elderly, but, you know, say that somebody my age were to munch a few leaves. Oh wait, we didn't here. We gotta go to Dr. Ramirez first. It's fine. Ooh, will the cops be here? Nah, they'll come later, I'm sure. Oh, is that there's somebody in the bus stop, but it didn't look like the undercover cop. They're pretty small. Oh, Here you are. Good, thank you. Alright, we're missing just one more ingredient. Oh right, the coke. Keep your voice down, please. Oh, come on. The old lady's got bigger things to worry about. Like taking all the gum. Here you go. Rosa takes the bag of cocaine with a shudder and gives you a disapproving glance. I'm saving lives here under the doctor's orders. Get over yourself, lady. Did Mr. Goldberg bring the ingredients? Yes, here they are. Excellent. I will start working on it. Hey, young man, come over here. I noticed you gave Rosa a bag with some powder. Is it good for bone pain? Get me a little bag of that. How do you take it? Do you dissolve it in water, like an infusion? Mr. Goldberg, if you'll excuse me, I need to speak with the doctor. The mixture is ready. Do you know how to give an injection? No, but I don't think it will be too hard. First, purge the syringe to make sure there is no air in it. Then press on the arm so that the vein becomes visible, and then stick the needle in it. Damn right. I recommend that you take your friend to the hospital for a full checkup after this. I like this doctor. Here you go. There's no time. Go to your friend. Thanks, Doc. How much do I owe you? Go talk to... it doesn't matter. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work. Yeah. Still, alright. Can't offer some of the powder because it's now in a syringe. Oh, someone else at the bus stop. Gonna exit through this side. Yeah. Yeah, Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. Very like Mr. T, who some of you may recognize from the video game Broforce. What, me playing satirical games? Yeah. Okay. Like the doctor said, purge, pinch, stab. Are we there yet? Are we in another galaxy? Sort of. This is Los Angeles. Los Angeles. This is a test, isn't it? You are the Dark Lord's envoy, and we're not at the old farm. When I pass the test, the true reality will be revealed, won't it? I'm afraid not. I don't know what kind of shit you took, but you only fell asleep. And in your case, on the verge of death. It didn't work? Damn it! Well, we'll try again. Who are you? My name is Alan Goldberg. Would you like to join Sigma Omicron, Alan Goldberg? No, thank you. I would like to stay alive. What are you doing here, then? Only Sigma Omicron members are allowed here. What am I doing here? Saving your life, you ungrateful bastard. Although I actually came to ask you about Edward Keller. Edward Keller. I haven't heard that name in a long time. You knew him, didn't you? I didn't really get to know him very much. Joseph and Brian brought him to the commune. We used to worship Satan. Well, more like the three of them. The rest of us were more into free love and getting high on drugs. We called ourselves the House of the Black Light. It was the 60s, you know. What happened to him? I'm trying to find Keller. I don't know, man. Like I told you, I didn't know the guy very well. I didn't want to get too close to him either. During the short time he was here, some weird things happened. What kind of stuff? He was a strange guy, more so than the rest of us. He only spoke to Joseph and Brian, and when he addressed others, he did so with contempt. He treated girls like shit. But that's not the worst part. Once he brought a book. That fucking book. Keller gathered us all together and began to read. To tell you the truth, I don't know exactly what happened. All that time, my head was not working well. I was high all day long, and even more so that night. The thing is, as he was reading, people started to get nervous. Paul had a heart attack. Mike and Sandra shouted that they were somewhere else. And poor Mia. Fuck, she tried to rip her eyes out. All because of a book. It was no ordinary book. After that, everyone left the House of Black Light. Keller left, and Joseph and Brian set up that business. What business? Fuck, man. The Church of Mother Earth. Wait a minute. Joseph and Brian? You mean Joseph DeSimone and Brian Kinnaman? Who else? The Founding Fathers. What a pair of scammers. They used to talk about setting up something similar when they were here. If anyone can tell you about Keller, it's them. They're always together. I think I'll pay them a visit. I highly doubt you'll be able to talk to them. They're unreachable. And not just anyone can go there. I'll think of something. I'm leaving. Do these kids a favor and wake them up. And be careful. If I were them, I'd punch you as soon as I open my eyes. Wake up, slackers. We've got a trip to make.
And hey, Wirebrain, welcome in. The first E.L. James novel. Hey, how are you doing, Great White Knoll? I'm really enjoying this game. That sounds like dangerous stuff. Just turn down the money, man. Oh yeah, you were right. It's absolutely a good game. And slowly start little hints of more creepiness. Los Angeles is a city full of freaks, for sure. But the ones in there are not just eccentric. They're also dangerous. You decide to do something about it. Ooh, are we going to burn the house down? To the headquarters of the Church of Mother Earth, please. But first, take me to the nearest police station. Yeah. They need to see what happened here. I'm gonna get that fucking hand hauled in for pecking my hand. Nobody assaults me and gets away with it. Yeah, we haven't gotten to the really freaky stuff yet. Oh, I believe it. Game is setting up for a lot more. Is there anything that you require, sir? Yes, I would like to talk to Joseph DeSimone or Brian Kinnaman. I'm afraid that's not possible, sir. Why isn't it possible? To begin with, you're not a member of the church, and in order to talk to them, there's a hierarchy you need to follow. You should talk to a lower-ranking member for starters.
May I speak with a lower ranking member? Sorry, sir. You must be a member of the church for that. What are the requirements to become a member of the church? I don't know, sir. I only take care of the front gate. What do I have to do to talk to DeSimone or Kinnaman? Being a member of the church and being sponsored by a lower-ranking member, as I already told you. Good evening. Good evening, sir. Let's go get an obnoxious actor to get us into a cult. Not like I had anything else to do today anyway. You never understood the meaning of the symbol of the Church of Mother Earth. According to its founders, it represents the human personification of Mother Earth, reaching out to embrace humanity. In your opinion, it looks more like the Mercedes logo. You have to use your imagination. You only see a Y. Time to talk to Tom Cruise. Yeah, I wondered if this church was slightly inspired by something. Yes, Russians, I know. Yeah, you could like somebody's movies and disagree with their, shall we say, choice of religion. Not the first Scientology appearance in video games, but likely the most accurate. Yeah, I believe it. And I'm not calling to mind any previous ones, but I'm sure there were some. Alan, my favorite screenwriter. How can I help? I would like to talk with the founders of your cult. With Joseph and Brian. Alan, that's impossible. There's a pretty strict protocol for that. Do you have any contact with them? Of course, I'm level 9. Is there any way I can get an interview with DeSimone and Kinnaman? For starters, you should belong to the church. Okay, what? Are you serious? Totally. About time, Alan. You said... Another... Oh, another Dead Space makes reference to Scientology? The church needs people like you. I can't believe what I'm hearing. But first, I would like to have an interview with them. I've already told you it's impossible. Only level 9. I thought you had enough influence in the church to arrange a meeting with them. You know what? It's done. I only have to make a phone call. Hey Pam, can I make a call? You are not going to call that cult from the company phone. Oh, thank you so much, Hasmodon. Yeah, I really appreciate it. That was so kind of you. I appreciate it so much. And I hope that you have a good night. And thanks. What cult? I'll call from the car. I have a phone in there. Do you want one, Alan? A car? What? No, a phone in your car. I don't have a car. You will. I have to stop somewhere else first. I'll call on the way. See you in front of the headquarters in, about half an hour. Sounds good to me. Alan, you've just made the best decision of your life. Did you hit your head or something? What? Are you really going to join that pack of morons? Me? Not in a million years. I just want to... Never mind. But don't worry, I'm not joining the Church of Mother Earth. Hey, do whatever you want. It's none of my business. But I appreciate your getting rid of that bore. Yeah, doesn't the guy have a movie to act in? Jeez. We can just go straight there. Yeah, Jane Fonda. Alan! I thought you were going to ditch me, but here you are. Well, shall we go in? Of course. Not everyone has the privilege of meeting Joseph and Brian in person. Consider yourself lucky. Come on. Good afternoon, Chris. How's the family? Very good, Mr. Crosby. Thank you for your interest. Meet my friend, Alan Goldberg, soon-to-be church member. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Goldberg. We have an appointment with the Founding Fathers. If you'll allow us, by all means, go ahead. James, nice to see you again. Belinda, I went to the movies yesterday to see your latest film. Yes, did you like it? Outstanding, a great performance. Thank you. This must be Alan Goldberg, right? Yes. Alan, this is Belinda Morgan, our public relations officer. My pleasure. That's one of our founding fathers, Brian Kinnaman. Pleased to meet you. I am honored that you want to join this great family, Alan. And finally, our dear guide, Joseph de Simone. Oh, there he is. James, our most international ambassador. Oh, I wouldn't go that far. You know what, Alan? Your promotional tours do more for the church than 100 PR people. She's right there. No offense, Belinda. You always say that. It's the truth. Okay, dear James, let me get to know our future member better. Of course. Come closer, son. What do you know about our church? God, I want to say this. Can I save mid-conversation? You spend your time talking to Earth. Well, rather, it is Mother Earth who speaks through me. The conversation is one-sided. I cannot communicate with her. The church is nothing but a conduit for our dear mother's wishes. She has remained silent throughout all human history until 25 years ago, when she decided she had had enough. We try, as humbly as possible, to follow her teachings, and in the process, to progress as a species in order to be more respectful of her. The only purpose of our life is to relieve her cries of pain. According to James, you were skeptical of our doctrine. Tell me, son, what made you change your mind? I needed to use you for my own ends, so I decided to do so. I'm sick of the life I lead. Most of us thought that way before we came in contact with Mother. Do you want to talk about your future in the church? More like your past. What? I need information about Edward Keller. I don't know that name. Is he a member of our church? Not this one. He belonged to the House of the Black Light. Who is this man, James? Are you a fucking journalist? Edward Keller. You met him in the late 60s at a satanic cult in blasphemy. Everyone knows where Joseph was in the late 60s. He was working in his Iowa farm when he received his first revelation from Mother Earth. Yes, he was in a farm, but not in Iowa. It was in Simi Valley. How dare you imply that Joseph was a Satanist? All right, let's calm down. Let's not get nervous. I just want to know where I can find Edward Keller. Then I'll leave and you can keep talking to the Earth or any other planet you want. James, get this man out of here. Get him away from my sight. I never in my life want to see him again. Alan, you have to go. Help me calm things down a bit here, James. I don't know what the hell I said to make this man freak out like that. Let's get out of here. Do I need to call security? Let's go. I'm sorry, Joseph. I had no idea about this. Demote James to level 6. That way he will think twice before bringing this sort of blasphemy into this holy church again. What the hell is wrong with you? What were you thinking of? What did I say? What? You accused Joseph of being a Satanist. Joseph! Kindness personified. It's the truth, damn it. You are lying. I might not be able to convince you that the Earth does not speak to that Bible thumper, but believe me when I tell you that this guy is lying even about his background. I don't want to hear any more. Do you know what they are going to do with me now, Alan? I'm going to be disciplined. Oh my God, what are you, 2 years old? I'll be demoted. Do you know what that means? Look, James, you're a good guy who's been taken for a ride by all these Mother Earth fantasies. Do yourself a favor and get out of this damn cult. You don't need them. You're rich and have an established career. Career? After this? Go fuck yourself, Alan. Calm down, would you? Go fuck yourself! Okay, thank you. Mr. Goldberg? Yeah? I have a message for you. Inside the luxury theater in half an hour. Who is the message from? I don't know, Mr. Goldberg. It's coming from there. I can't say no more. Well, thanks, I guess. Luxury theater. Wherever that is. Taxi! And we're running out of space for locations. Are we gonna go back to all of these at some point? Loving Harry. 1 week in Greece. Must be a sequel to Greece. In the half-light of the ticket booth, you see a bored clerk struggling not to fall asleep. Oh, that was the exit. Hello. Are the movies worth it? Oh, yes. Both were nominated for the Golden Globes last year. They're just porn movies, dude. If they get you horny, they've done their job. Sid. Oh, we're having some problems with chat. I'm glad if it's fixed now. One of those types of theaters. I'm Alan Goldberg. Has anyone asked for me? The clerk gives you a condescending look. Someone is waiting for me inside. Sounds good to me, but no sex in the screening room. Find yourself a motel when you get out of the theater. 1 ticket, please. 250. Here you go. Mentai. Like those big chewy mints you get at convenience stores. Right. Oh, yeah, I just watched An American Werewolf in London. And that is a scene where you go into to a porn movie to talk to someone. True fitty. It's a Loch Ness monster. Right, I gotcha. And tie with males. Good, you are now inside the luxury. But there are a lot of people here. Who could have summoned you? That was all I could think of. This is my save game title is game is slipping. Oh, some people I've seen before, huh? Yeah, let's see who's here. Mike is in charge of keeping order in the room. Today everything seems quiet. Charlie Donovan tried to be edgy at a gathering of intellectuals by saying that the porn films of the 70s were on a par with the new Hollywood films of the same decade. Since then, and to be consistent with himself, he goes to all the porn theaters that show these films, trying to find something to justify his faux pas. Willis Jones is not interested in porn in the slightest. He lives with 5 roommates in a small apartment and is not in any big rush to get home. He just wants to enjoy the air conditioning, drink a beer, maybe take a nap. They let you drink beer in the theaters? Well, they did in the porno theaters of the 80s. Don't know how applicable that is to real life today. Arnold Payne used to make some extra money by relieving the most aroused members of the audience. Oh dear. As long as they are awake. Hank Miller leads an apparently happy life with his wife and 3 children. However, his greatest fantasy is to have sex with a man. But his fidelity to his wife prevents him from doing so. The only thing he can do is come to the luxury and let his imagination run free. So I guess these are... It makes sense they would have different screenings of... I knew the same theater did both gay and straight porn. I don't know. Vince Castillo's innocence led him to come into the luxury, believing that Loving Harry was a romantic movie, and now he can't believe what he's seeing. And hey, Techie Rob, welcome in. Thank you for the subscription. Okay, I know it looks like what it looks like, but I swear we're not watching porn. Okay, we are literally watching porn right now. Within the game, I'm totally above board. You guys, please go check out Techie Rob, who is streams a lot of retro games. Mostly from consoles, but some computer games too, and his streams are always fun. Thank you so much for the 22 months, Techie Rob. Wow. Oh, right. When I said we, I meant the character in the game. That we are not watching porn, but we are watching porn. If you see what I mean. Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, off-screen porn. So is it really porn? No, that's a... The projector's making a very suggestive sound. Zombie Attack. What kind of game is that? That sounds like horror. More Vince Castillo. Several parishioners have complained to Father Guthrie about the luxuries of scene programming, and he wanted to check it out for himself. He likes what he is seeing, but he's not going to change a single comma from the sermon he already had prepared. He owes himself to his audience. Tom Hellman is really horny and is thinking about unbuttoning his fly. David Lerb has heard the rumors that a guy named Arnold is doing some little jobs inside the luxury. Before the second film begins, he will get up from his seat and ask people one by one who Arnold is. It looks like Arnold is asleep and snoring. What Russell Fletcher likes the most about this type of film are the dialogue scenes. Right now, he's getting bored during the action scenes. Oh, that was Vince. Did we look at this guy? Alright, that's Hank. Frank Ramos is obsessed with Randy Sands, the star of Love, Harry, to the point of wearing the same look as him. A couple of days ago, he found out that the luxury's days are numbered, and he wanted to see his idol on the big screen before this type of theater becomes an anachronism. Parker Dixon is unsure of his unsure of his sexuality before entering the luxury this afternoon. Not anymore. Brian Kinnaman, one of the founding fathers of the Church of Mother Earth. He is definitely the person who asked you to come here. It seems that Clark Hammond wasn't in a hurry to get home after his interview with Eliza. Spencer Elliott has been fighting for gay rights his whole life. He was at Stonewall and marched in San Francisco along with Harvey Milk. When he feels nostalgic, he goes to the luxury because the aesthetics of these 70s films bring him back to that era. Goldberg, I'm glad you came. Nice place to meet up. After what happened in the church, I don't want to risk anyone seeing me with you. You know what the church thinks about homosexuality, right? So what better place than this to be able to talk at ease? No one would believe that one of the founders of the church had been seen in a gay porn theater. And what the hell? I wanted to watch something interesting while I waited for you. What the hell happened in the church? Please excuse Joseph. He's been taking this persona of his quite seriously for years. He actually believes he grew up on a farm until the late 1960s, when Mother Earth spoke to him. He has forgotten everything that happened in the House of the Black Light. Or so he would have people believe. He went ballistic. He has worked too hard on his messiah complex for a stranger to come along and take his story apart. Forget about him. You knew Keller, didn't you? Of course. Keller, the House of the Black Light. We were there. How did you find out? Perhaps it is true that I am a seeker. Who's that? Oh, it's that guy. So, Edward Keller, from outside the site. What is your interest in him, Goldberg? I'm looking for his lost film. I can tell you about it. Edward, Joseph, and I met in the mid-60s. We bonded over our fascination with demonology and Satanism. At the time, Los Angeles was a counterculture hive. Anything that departed from the norm was welcome, and Satanism fascinated all of us young people in the counterculture. We heard of the existence of a 14th century book written by a European aristocrat who had an interest in alchemy. A treatise on primordial fear was one of his best-known works. What's the book about? No one knows, but it's rumored that it was written in human blood and that it could have an influence on whoever read it. For a power-hungry men like Joseph and Edward, that was a godsend. Since we didn't even have a place to drop dead, we founded the House of the Black Light with the intention of having a place to live in, and from there we could conduct our search for the book. But it got out of hand. As more new members arrived, we abandoned our research and turned to drugs and free sex. Those were good times, I must admit. Or they would have been if it wasn't for Edward. What happened with Edward? He was a psychopath. He enjoyed using fear to control people. His own wife and daughter feared him. He reveled in it. He began to impose punishments on members who didn't follow certain rules. I objected to it, but Joseph seemed delighted with the idea. What kind of punishments? Branding people with a hot iron, pulling out their fingernails, leaving them locked up for 3 days in the water tank. Barbaric shit, Goldberg. I still feel guilty that I didn't put an end to it. People accepted it without complaint. Joseph took good care of brainwashing them. Once I asked Edward why he was doing all these things. I could read between the lines that he had had a horrific childhood. He knew what it was like to live in constant fear, and he wanted everyone to experience the same thing. It didn't make sense to me, but as I said, Edward was a psychopath. Anyway, we had already forgotten the purpose of the House of Black Light. Edward had some success with his movie Bloody Mind Games. Joseph enjoyed being the leader, and I just hung around. Edward got us together one night. I don't know how, but he managed to get that damn book. We sat in a circle, and he began to read some passages. The words were jumbled and the whole text was gibberish. But as he read on, we felt fear. No, way more than that. Have you ever had a bad LSD trip, Goldberg? No. Multiply that by 10. We felt like we were someplace else, and that we were all going to die. It's hard to explain, but we were taken too. I don't know. It looked like hell in there. People began to cry out in despair, while Edward kept reciting the text as if in a trance. I had to put an end to it, so I snatched the book out of his hands. Everything vanished at once, and what I saw took my breath away. Paul died of a heart attack. His hair turned white. Mia Washington had been abused as a child by her father. She had ripped her eyes out as she screamed that her father had appeared there with the intention of abusing her again. It was real, Goldberg. It's hard to believe. I'm not asking you to, but why did we all see the same thing? Collective hysteria? Far too easy. That's what you say when you can't explain a shared phenomenon. What happened next? After that, we decided to put an end to the House of the Black Light. We would have done it anyway. Some days earlier, the Manson thing had happened, so the days of Satanism were numbered. We had been thinking about founding something like the Church of Mother Earth for some time. So Joseph and I decided to go ahead with the idea. Edward told us that he knew how to replicate the treatise on primordial fear. He had found a way to do it. He had found the key in the memoirs of a cursed painter who had tried to emulate the effects of the book using a picture painted with blood. He asked us to work with him in a small town in Sacramento. What was it called? It was in Sacramento. I think it was called Serena. Yes, that's it, Serena. But we didn't want to know anything about it and cut ties with him. So Serena, is that where Keller might be? I don't know if he's still there. Hell, I don't even know if the bastard is still alive. But that's the last location I can place him in. By the way, the last thing he said before he left us, that the world would experience the greatest fear ever conceived. I think that book completely changed him. I think I have no choice but to visit that town. Will you update me on your findings when you return? I have never believed in the supernatural, and for many years I've been peddling a lie with the Church of Mother Earth. I know that what I saw that night was real. I need to know if that son of a bitch managed to create something like a treatise on primordial fear. I just want to find that movie. I'm not interested in tales of black magic. Be careful, Goldberg. Maybe your visit to Serena will make you rethink some things. I doubt that. I have to go, Kinnaman. Thanks for the information. A word of advice, Goldberg. Watch out for Keller if he's still alive. Oh shit, it's him. Enjoying the seventh art, Mr. Goldberg? You again. This time I came with my boss. He did not take your refusal very well. It breaks my heart. Get in the car, please. My boss is waiting inside for you. Look, pal, I don't want anything to do with your boss. I think I've made it clear. You just have to listen to what he has to tell you. I promise you won't regret wasting a mere 10 minutes of your time. I insist. And then I'll get rid of you? Probably. It's a tempting offer I can't refuse. Would you like me to open the door for you? It is not necessary. Can't miss it. Mr. Goldberg, it's a pleasure to meet you. Tom? Let's go for a ride with Mr. Goldberg. Do you know who I am, Mr. Goldberg? David Ross. You usually make it to the top of the Forbes list every year. I'd rather be on People magazine's hottest list, but I don't think they cover my age range. First of all, forgive me for jumping you like this. I'm not used to someone turning down a business proposal, but I don't blame you. Tom may not have explained himself too well. What do you want? You've probably worn clothes I've manufactured, eaten food that comes out of my factories, or stayed in a hospital I own. They are very lucrative, yet boring businesses. What I really live for is my love of cinema, specifically horror films. And there is no greater pleasure than to hold in your hands a lost film that no one has seen. My biggest problem is that, unlike Helen, I have no luck with my seekers. I have to admit she has a better eye for that. What have you found out about Edward Keller's lost film? How did you know? News travels fast among collectors. How about $1 million for sharing your information with me? 2 if I consider it excellent. 2? $2 million, yes. Right here, right now. I can write you a check. I don't know what Helen has promised you, but keep in mind that she won't give it to you if you don't get the film. I, on the other hand, offer you a considerable sum for what you know so far. Tell me, what do you think of my offer? It sounds tempting, but Helen Westmore has offered me so much more. Forget about Helena. That film has been missing for more than 2 decades. Do you think you're going to find it on your own? Put yourself in my shoes. I have to give it a try. What the hell is wrong with you? Does Ruskin pay that well? When you realize you've hit a dead end looking for Keller's film, you'll come back to me begging for my money. And I may have the same information as you do by then, you miserable bastard. Look, Mr. Ross, I didn't get up this morning to be insulted by someone like you. Can I get out of the car? Tom, take Mr. Goldberg home. How do you know where I live? Right away, sir. I know everything. Like, where the film is? 2 million. You keep going over Ross's words in your head. Could he be right? Is Serena just a dead end? $2 fucking million. It's not just money you want, though, is it? I don't even know what I'm looking for. Oh, there I am by the window. After dropping off all the items you no longer need, you walk through the door hoping to find Edward Keller's film in Serena. As a fellow traveler, you get the giddy feeling of coming back empty-handed after turning down $2 million. Hey you, the one in the back. Wake up. Me? Who else? There's no one else left in the bus. End of the line. In the middle of nowhere? I already warned you that I was not going to enter Serena. This is as close as I can get. At the bus station they told me that the bus station keeps ignoring our complaints. We are sick and tired of telling them to stop selling tickets to Serena. What the hell, they should just get rid of the stop. No one travels to Serena. Except for you. I don't know what business you have there, but if you want to come back with me to Sacramento, now's the time. No, that's not possible. In that case, your stop, sir. But your stop, sir. You're going to leave me in the middle of nowhere during a storm? Serena is half a mile from here. What's your problem with Serena? Why don't you want to go there? Things happen there. What kind of stuff? The driver goes silent, and you can tell by the look on his face that he is not going to say anything else. Shit. Steam achievement. The driver locks the door to prevent you from getting on the bus and making a scene, even though you're the only one on the bus. Can I wait inside for the storm to pass? I have to go back to the station. I don't want to spend another minute here. What's in Serena that makes you so reluctant to drive there? The driver does not answer your question. If there is no other way, be careful there. Shit. Shit. After a long struggle against the elements, you arrive at Serena, soaking wet and shivering. Your plan is to find a hostel to shelter you from the rain, but the whole town seems to be abandoned. And then they left the electricity on. Let me see. Oh man. It's after 1 a.m. Yeah, this is probably a good place to stop. Yeah. Much as I want to continue, I do have work and yeah. This is in the second half of the game now. It's gone from sleazy but safe to strange and creepy. Just how I like it. I don't know, maybe it'll take 2 more streams to finish this game. The current rate. It's a pretty good length. Yeah. Yeah, I was getting, after that last conversation with Kinlan, I was really getting the scope of the horror and what was coming up. So I think they do the slow burn really effectively. Oh man, I lost my mug of change. Now I can't go play the arcade machine anymore. Oh well. Yeah. I better end. How to reload a previous save? I did just save, right? Yeah. Make sure. Oh right, if I want to play. I played it earlier, but I didn't get them all right, so I didn't win. Maybe I'll muck around with that later. Yeah, appreciate y'all hanging out. Well, I played this one, which has been a lot of fun. As for what's coming up next on my stream, on Saturday, we'll have Short Horror Saturday, Spooktober edition. We play Halloween-themed games. I'm thinking that we'll do like a visual novel set at Halloween. Then Sunday we'll continue Alone in the Dark 3. And I don't know. It's possible we'll finish it. I did a really long stream last time, and one more long stream might do it. I don't know. It's hard to gauge how much is left and how quickly I'll progress since it's been so long since I played it and only remember little bits and pieces. And yeah, I don't think we'll do any more bonus audiobook streams next week, but we'll continue Nightmare Frames next week, Wednesday. Oh, okay, this part is not as long as LA, and the finale is the shortest, so maybe it'll be 1 more stream, maybe 2. Yeah, it'll be hard to gauge, but either way, it'll be a fun time. Yeah, I guess I should find somebody to raid. Oops. Too many windows. And too many tabs. Let's see. Thank you. Yeah. And we could raid. And we raided him not that long ago. Ooh, he's playing Eternal Darkness. I gotta play that someday, but I feel like we raided. Yeah. You should raid. Thank you. You too, Wirebrain, and thank you for the recommending the game. It's been a really good one. Yeah, let's raid Emzazi tonight. She's playing more weird DOS games. Fun to see the variety of those. Okay, wow, now I'm suddenly realizing I'm exhausted. There we go. Oh, wow, I'm really glad I did, you know. I'm glad that the Shadow's Price of Our Sins ended up not working and I'm playing this instead, because I think I'm enjoying this more. Hopefully more and more people will learn about this game. But yeah, again, thank you to everybody for coming and hanging out here. I appreciate all the chatters and all the lurkers, and thank you for the raids tonight and for the new follows. It's great to have new friends. And for the resubs. And you guys can find me on Twitter and MySpace, where I post stream announcements and polls and random stuff. I do think of a poll I should put up soon. And you can find VODs of my past streams up on YouTube. Yeah. I hope that everybody has a good night. Stays away from cults, though. If you have to talk to the founders of cults, I can think of less pleasant place than pornographic movie theaters, if they still have those. But say hi to MCD, and I'll see you guys for Short Horror Saturday.